I'm really annoyed. Nigel's always right and it drives me mad.
So Friday morning and we are down at the ferry terminal waiting on the ferry from Unst across to Yale. It's a beautiful day today. Our plan is just to get across to Yale, do a little bit of exploring. I've got a couple of spots I'd like to check out maybe from a photographic point of view. Our plan is to stay down at Burrovo campsite tomorrow night. Sounds like it's a cracking little place. We'll talk more about that when we get there, but today I think we're just gonna bimble about Yale. Obviously it's not a huge island, so we say, oh, we're going to do the north, but north, south, east, west is probably doable within a couple of hours. But now, while we wait on the ferry, which actually we got here a little bit early, it's not for another hour, and the ferry itself only takes 14 seconds or something.
With a 360 spin built in at either end. Yeah.
We are going to have some cheese on toast and open the windows because it's quite hot in here.
It's actually shorts weather. See, I'm wearing my sunny gear. Sunny gear? Summer gear.
One t-shirt out of 400. Although she did.
Actually two, because I got blueberry juice all over my one from this morning.
She got blueberry juice from the pancakes this morning on the back of her t-shirt.
Who knows?
Right, cheese and toast time.
Big fail. Just come out for a walk in Barrow. We were actually going looking for fish and chips, to be fair, but I didn't bring my bins.
Literally just on that island there, there's an otter. I'm going to zoom in, but the quality will be pretty poor, but you should be able to see it moving around right on the end of the spit there. You can probably see it moving there.
Yes, big fail on my part.
No fish and chips for you. So we were in Awick shop and wanted to get some mushrooms for the curry, so I went and picked up mushrooms and then looked for a paper bag. Realised 2 mushrooms in that my choice of bag was somewhat flawed, and I now seem to have a quarter of mushrooms. Oh my. Stayed over in Burrovo last night. It's a little campsite that we were made aware of by a couple of people we met on 2 minutes, another car. Turned onto this campsite by a couple that we met down at Sunberg Head. So it's just a little basic campsite down by a pier, £10 a night. There is access to washing machines and showers and stuff as well, which you can throw a little bit of extra money in for. So really good. Good morning. How are you doing? Beautiful day, innit? So we stayed here last night. As you saw, Nicola made the faux pas not taking the bins down. I think that's the second time I've used faux pas in these vlogs. Someone needs to slap me.
Yeah, I could do that job.
So we're now going down to the Old Haa Museum.
Apparently it's one of the best examples of this type of museum in Shetland.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to see that there, and then because it is, we were actually going to stay a couple of nights on Yale. The little space that we had earmarked last night looks like it's been turned into private land, which is why we came to the campsite last night. But actually it was a better night last night because it was beautiful weather.
Just to say though, if you do want to stay at the campsite, get there pretty early in the day because it can get really full.
Really full.
And some people had to be turned away last night.
So gonna go see the Old Haa Museum.
You really don't have to keep saying it like that.
And then we're going to get the ferry from Yale back on the Shetland mainland and probably head back up to Shetland. So
is it time for me to slap you yet?
let's go Old Haa. Don't you mean slap? Old Haa. Old Haa Garden. So we are now at the Ulst ferry terminal. The ferry isn't for another hour and a bit, so we're probably just going to hang out here. The weather is pretty miserable, but the Old Haa Museum was really, really good. We actually ended up chatting to the lady who runs the little cafe, her homemade cakes. Woo-hoo. But no, a fantastic museum.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much to make me cry, to be fair, but I came away in tears. It's a very personal museum. It's got a lot about the lives of local people and certainly the heroism of the people of Yale. Absolutely amazing. Such brave people from there. And I think it just made me think that we've lost something these days, and yes, there are really good people and good things done in the world, but just that sense of putting your life at risk without thinking about it for other people. And there's so much these days about materialism and being selfish, and it just made me sad that society can't always be like that. And I know that's not possible, and even back then there would have been people warring and things like that, but it was just a bit of a eye-opener.
Oh,
so very moving, worth a visit.
Definitely worth a visit. Cracking little place. There was a photography exhibition on there as well. They have a rolling exhibition going on, and it's photographs of the old abandoned croft houses. So we are going to sit here in the rain, probably grab some lunch, and then get it back across on the Shetland mainland. Today, given the weather, no real plans. I think tomorrow's supposed to be a bit of a better day, so just going to hang out, have a bit of a rainy van day.
And for those of you that like information about prices and things, the Old Haa Museum is free to enter. They ask for donations if you want to give. We just put a £5 in. But the tea and cake, it was £1 for a cup of tea and £2 for a slice of cake, and it was well worth it. I mean, a big old slice of cake, and it was superb. So thanks to Nita for making the cakes. Lovely.
And even though this was supposed to be a little section about the Old Haa Museum, we have now mentioned cake 6 times. Ferry time.
Well, you have to have something to cheer yourself up after the sad stories, so...
True that. Oh, and old Brucey. Brucey's stories.
Yes, read about Brucey. He was quite a character, apparently.
Indeed. Right. Time for lunch.
Last night we had something. Tonight I'll be guessing, but I don't really have a case. You don't have to mention, you just like their attention.